We are constantly being asked what we think. What do you think about politics? Your job? Artificial intelligence? The new restaurant? Your neighbor? Your childhood? Your relationship? Everyone seems to have an opinion, and if you don't have one, you're expected to come up with one quickly. But what if you wrote about something you genuinely don't care about? Not something controversial. Not something you're secretly passionate about. Something completely ordinary. A parking meter. A stapler. The color beige. A receipt sitting on your desk. At first, it might seem impossible. What could you possibly say about a stapler? That's exactly the point. When we write, we often begin with a conclusion. We already know what we think, and writing becomes a way of arranging our thoughts into sentences. But writing can also work in the opposite direction. You can begin with absolutely nothing and see what happens. Take a parking meter. You don't like it. You don't hate it. You probably haven't thought about it in years, despite encountering them hundreds of times. So start there. Describe it. Where is it? What does it look like? Who uses it? Why does it exist? What happens to it when nobody's around? Does it feel old? Does it seem strangely authoritative for an object that mostly sits on a sidewalk and waits for coins or a credit card? Eventually, you might discover that you're no longer writing about the parking meter. You're writing about waiting, or money, or cities, or the strange systems we build to control tiny portions of our lives. And maybe that's one of the most interesting things about writing. You don't always know what you're writing about when you begin. Sometimes the subject is just the door. The real subject is the room you accidentally walk into. There is also something freeing about choosing a subject you don't care about. You don't have to be impressive. You don't have to prove anything. Nobody is waiting for your definitive thoughts on beige. That removes some of the pressure. You can simply observe. And observation is where writing begins. Try this sometime. Pick the most boring object you can find. Give yourself 10 minutes. Don't research it. Don't try to make it meaningful. Don't worry about whether anyone would want to read it. Just pay attention. Write about the object until the object becomes something else. Because sometimes the subjects we care about most are the easiest ones to write about. The harder challenge is discovering what happens when you have nothing to say. Maybe that's when you finally start saying something. Thanks for listening. Catch the Quiet Quotient on all major podcast platforms, as well as YouTube and Substack. Want to connect with me directly? Visit jimhansonmedia.com, where you can follow the podcast via our RSS feed and explore more writing resources. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, follow, and subscribe. Your support helps the Quiet Quotient continue creating content for writers like you.